people's children while black, while wearing a backpack that your people's children while black, while wearing a backpack that your own while black has been called in as a bomb threat. We are in a dangerous situation. We've seen the heart of democracy stop as we witnessed and felt the regression of the Voters' Rights Act, the gerrymandering of the relining of the districts, the fraudulent claims of voter fraud, the outlandish displays of voter suppression. We're in a code blue situation. The heart of the democracy has stopped. Yep. We have 420,000 federal workers that have to work without pay due to a government shutdown over a non-effective border policy. Code blue! Yes, yes, yes. We have over 800,000 people directly affected by the furlough because we have a democracy that is in a hostage situation. Code blue! Yes, yes. We have a reduction in funding for critical needs such as shelters for the homelessness, domestic violence center, shortages in funding for assistance of the most vulnerable people, our children and our seniors, with mobile meals reduction and SNAP benefits. We are in a code blue situation. Yes, yes, yes. We have watched in horror the heartbeat of decency stop, where the adultization of African-American children makes it acceptable for grown men to punch, body slam, and manhandle our young girls. We're in a code blue situation. The heart of justice has stopped beating, where our young men are considered a threat, not by the intelligence of their minds or the potential of their purpose, but by the pigmentation of their skin. We're in a code blue situation. The heart of righteousness has stopped beating, where lawmakers seem to have racist Tourette syndrome, where they can yell, rattle off, and mispronounce historic black names and figures. We're in a code blue situation. There's a code blue situation at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. at the Oval Office. There's a code blue situation at 300 North Salisbury Street, room 400, Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a code blue situation at 16 West John Street, Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a code blue in these yet United States of America. Yes, yes, yes. After a code has been called on the PA system, you got to understand, then there's a rapid response team that is needed at the bedside of the patient that's in that code situation. We who are here today are part of the rapid response team, where there are ministers and police officers and state officials and extraordinary people who are ready to assist the patient of justice, the patient of democracy, the patient of equality. We are the rapid response team of fighters for justice, marchers for equality, and cultural changes of corrupt policies must tend to the bedside of the patient called these yet United States. We have to be the rapid response team that resists and empower the policies that prevent progress in the state of North Carolina. We have to be the rapid response team that resists and empower the policies that prevent in the county of Harnett. We, the rapid response team, must resist the actions that dehumanize our children to numbers and not people. We, the rapid response team, must resist and empower the resegregation of our school systems as they redraw school district lines to shift money to affluent schools and create a substandard educational system. Yes. We, the rapid response team, must resist and empower the obliteration of our civil rights by the dismantling of the Voters' Rights Act of 1965. But just like Abraham Lincoln stated, where slavery is there, liberty cannot be. And where liberty is there, slavery cannot be. You see, the great Abraham Lincoln tried to put slavery and liberty in an asynchronous relationship for us. But how far have we really progressed in achieving the liberty we Americans love to sing about proudly? Oh, say, can you see the blood of our children spilled for entertainment purposes? Oh, say, can you see the destructive actions of fear tactics to take our voices and our power away? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light where we are standing shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand, and we shall sing, we shall not be moved. We shall resist in power to change the laws that seek to divide us by informing everyone that your voice does count, that we're going to educate them on the relevant issues that are at hand. We shall resist in power to change the narrative that we can no longer sit idly by and be reactive to a circumstance, but we will be proactive in a strategy for better representation on the school boards, for better representation on the city council, for better representation in our court system, for better representation in our state government, for unjust laws that are passed. We will resist and empower any acts of oppression, from selective hiring to selective housing. We will resist and empower by demanding and fighting for a living, working wage. We will resist and empower by demanding and fighting for increased affordable health care for one and for all. Amen. We will resist and empower by continuing to put pressure on the legislature, on the laws being written and passed that limit early voting. We will resist by demonstrating and engaging in nonviolent protests that we will stand and we will not be bargaining chips from a hijacked government of 46 minus 1. We will resist in power and stand boldly one with another fearlessly for every man, woman, boy, and girl, regardless of race, creed, or color. Where we will resew the fabric of this democracy with threads of hope and with love. Where when we hear the words of the Constitution, we can believe that it is harmonious with the great Martin Luther King words, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, black men and white men, Jew and Gentile, Mexican, Chinese, Protestant, Catholic, Greek and domestic, janitors and judges, prostitutes and presidents, PhDs and GEDs, blue collar, white collar, and no collar, that we are all endowed by our Creator, that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are marvelously created. We are magically mysterious. We are geniusly gifted. We are passionately peculiar with unalienable rights to overcome every obstacle of oppression, succeed in spite of all the things that come our way. We are valiantly victorious, that among us is everlasting life. Oh, liberty, alas, am I born in this, to wear this slaveless chain, to deprive of all created bliss through hardship, toil, and pain. How long have I in bondage lain, in language to be free? Alas, and must I still complain, deprived of liberty? Oh, heaven, and is there no relief this side of the silent grave, to soothe the pain, to quell the grief, the anguish of a slave? Come, liberty, thou cheerful sound, roll through my ravished ears. Come, let my grief in joy be drowned, and drive away my fears. Say, unto foul oppression cease, yet tyrants rage no more. And let the joyful trump of peace now bid the vassal soar. Soar on the pinions of that sweet dove, which long and cooed for thee, and breathe her notes from Africa's grove, the sound of liberty. O liberty, thou golden prize, so often sought by blood. We crave thy sacred sun to rise, the gift of nature's God. Bid slavery hid her Hagan force, and barbarism fly. I scorn to see the sad disgrace in which enslaved I lie. Dear liberty, upon thy breast I languish to respire, and like the swan unto her nest, I like to thy smiles retire. Oh, bless the asylum, that heavenly balm, unto thy boughs I flee, and in thy shades the storm shall calm with songs of liberty. Then we all can yell together, one voice, one sound, one race. Code clear. The emergency is over.